Fear is like stress, anxiety. So in 2 Timothy 1:7, it says, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." And of a sound mind. So, the spirit of fear comes from who?
The enemy.
Spirit of fear comes from the enemy. But there's 3 things in this verse that God gives us. Right? Okay, what are those 3 things?
Sound mind.
Sound mind is 1.
Love.
Love is 2. What else did he give us? It's in this verse. It said, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of
Love.
Peace.
love is 1.
Sound mind.
Sound mind is 2.
And joy.
Power.
Power.
I forgot.
But of power and of love. That's 2. And of a sound mind.
That's true.
So anytime there's something that makes you fearful, like when I was doing the inspection, I went in the house and my foot was inches away from a live snake. That was fear. And trust me, I did what people in fear do. I ran. So I ain't gonna lie. I ran. You know, luckily I had on boots. Cause you know, if he had a stroke, I might have had, you know, some sort of protection in the neck.
Yes.
But I'm saying that is a form of fear. It was anxiety and stress. Okay? So he tells us that he did not give us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Okay. Now, the outer manifestation of the demon of fear first generate in your inner man. It starts on the inside. Something causes you to generate fear. Now, can one place the demon influence Christian with fear is in their tongues. They try to tell us that tongues is not for the day. They try to tell us that the Holy Spirit is gone, that there is no Holy Spirit. They try to tell us that speaking in tongues is speaking gibberish or is not of God. You know, that it went away with the apostles. That's what they try to make us believe. So, so the intimidation of that is to cause us from not operating in our tongue. Can anybody tell me what speaking in tongues is?
Power.
It's power.
That's a gift.
Because he said he didn't give us the spirit of fear, but of
Power.
power. So that's our power right there. Then he said of love, because he's love. So if we're of him, we are of love. So that's 2 of 2 Timothy 1:7. And then he said a sound mind. So that means we have to be sober minded. We can't be stressed and confused and operating in anxiety. We can't be doing those things. Our mind has to be clear. Because what happened if, and just using me again for example, if the Holy Spirit hadn't zoned my eyes to that snake in the corner that was inches away from me, what would have happened? He'd have bit me, most likely, because I would have got into his comfort zone and he would have struck. Okay? Now, if I had got close enough before he bit me, I would have noticed him and I would have freaked out, and then I wouldn't have been able to move, because when we panic, we freeze. And I wouldn't have been able to move, and I probably would have got bit. Right? But the Holy Spirit zoned my eyes in time to where I was able to fall back to keep the snake, which he went on his own way. But I had enough space between me. I had enough space between me and the snake.
You doesn't walk again, do you? You doesn't walk again, do you? I didn't walk up there. Oh, you did? Don't you hear that loud truck out there? Oh.
Thank you for getting here, Queen. But I had enough space. The Holy Spirit gave me enough time to react. Right? So that's how we know how important the Holy Spirit is, because the Holy Spirit helps us at the right moment. Now what we're teaching on, Queen, is conquering fear. And right now I already got it on there. It's 2 Timothy 1:7. We were saying that God did not give us the spirit of fear, but of, what was the 3 things he gave us?
Power, love, and sound mind.
Okay, so what is part of our power?
Tongue.
Speaking in tongues. So that's why the enemy tries to hinder us from speaking in tongues, because some of our power comes from our tongue. See, we still talking about the Holy Spirit here. So the enemy tries to keep us from operating in what was given to us, which is our tongue language, which we can pray and sing and worship and talk and speak and prophesy. I mean, there's many things that we can do in our tongue language.
Yes.
And he tries to hinder us from that by using what?
Fear.
Fear. Okay. Now, I was telling you that the demon of fear is first generated inward, then it's finally manifested outward. In other words, there's something that happens to you that causes you to develop fear in your inward self, and that causes a lot of phobias. Phobias is a lot of things that you're fearful of, you're scared of. So it then manifested outwardly, but it first comes from where? Inward. Yeah, it comes from the inward, but it comes from your inward self. In other words, something happened at some point in your life that causes you to develop a spirit of fear. And that fear is manifested at different times and in different ways, but it's still the same outcome. It's still fear. Okay. And as I was telling y'all, one of the ways that he hinder us is through tongues. He tries to keep us from speaking in tongues. Because if he can keep us from speaking in tongues, he can keep us from operating in power. Okay. Now, let's go over some. I want y'all to count up, because this is an opportunity for everybody to jump in. Give me some examples, some physical examples of what you think is generated from fear. What are some results from fear? I mean, I told y'all about my snake incident.
They're like flight or fight, where you either run or you fight. Like anger. Anger stems from fear. Sadness, depression. Yes. Yes. Give me some more.
Like someone?
Huh? What's that?
Like someone tells you that they are going to really hurt you and you be...
Intimidation.
Okay.
Yeah, intimidation.
Paranoia.
She said anger, but here's some other things. Headaches.
Man, loosen up your bowels. You can't become fear. You know, you can get upset and
your stomach
gets
sick.
ulcer. You develop ulcer. You get ulcers.
Bleeding ulcers, other types of ulcers. Yeah.
And your heart can be fast and stuff.
Elevated blood pressure, or known as high blood pressure.
Shame. You can get these shame.
Shame can stem from fear, right? Chest pains. They call it anxiety attacks, but it stems from fear. Blackouts.
Numbness.
Huh? Numbness of the limbs.
Allergy too makes you irritated. Do allergy make you?
Allergy, yes. I was studying today, and yes, allergy is one of this that can stem from fear. Fatigue, where you can't hardly sleep at night.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Oh, insomnia.
Insomnia. Emotionally drained.